Breaking news. This administration has just hired Epstein's lawyers for their defense team. What don't we understand about this Epstein case? Of course, the camera footage is missing. Everybody says Epstein was murdered. And the more we discover, the worse it looks out there. Of course, you're looking at the former prosecutor in the Epstein case, Acosta, seen here with the devil horns. And, this guy let Epstein go and gave the entire Epstein pedophile network a non-prosecution agreement. And when they murdered Epstein in 2019, they let that very same network go. It seems like deja vu. That's exactly what happened in the Hillary case. Everybody got immunity agreements. Nobody was prosecuted. How does that work? Usually when they give, an immunity agreement, that's in exchange for evidence or testimony to convict somebody of a crime. If there's immunity, there's a crime, and yet nobody was prosecuted. And we're seeing this become the status quo in this administration as well as previous administrations. Really no effort to right the wrongs in our recent history. Ever since 9/11, there's been all sorts of war crimes and the like, and of course nobody's been held accountable. Millions of people were murdered with our tax money in our name, and that's just part of the story. That's part of what's going on out there. No justice whatsoever, certainly not at the Department of Justice, certainly not at the FBI. There's no justice in America, which means that everything is pretty much unjust. What they're doing to the food and the water and the air supply is obviously unjust out there. They're poisoning everything, and there's really no federal agency out there regulating safety. They're just regulating the eugenics programs out there, ladies and gentlemen. And the more we look at these various players at the Department of Justice, the worse the situation tends to look. Now, in previous broadcasts, we've been talking about this They Live filter that we're applying to mainstream media footage. And basically what that means is that, we're removing the filters that they add to make people look younger or more human. And essentially we're augmenting or accentuating the features that are there. And when we apply this filter, all of a sudden it looks like a demonic They Live out there. Check out these people in the audience. Check out Peter Strzok now. If this isn't the face of the devil, what is it, ladies and gentlemen? And what are the chances that these people would look like the devil and not reptiles or Smurfs or gremlins or something like that? But in fact, these people truly look demonic, something that the Bible has been warning you about for thousands of years. And it's not just the FBI, it's not just your politicians, but your celebrities and the like. And in fact, many of your neighbors are possessed by demons as well. That might seem a little hard to imagine, yet here's the footage that you can see for yourself. The infection is running rampant. And we've played the videos of people that are infected versus people that are not infected, and the difference is quite startling. But you can tell when you've got some kind of injury that's becoming infected. It gets red all around it and the like, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. We're seeing some sort of infection. Let's see if we can show you what a normal person would look like. No red, no horns, no micro expressions of a demonic nature, but with the people that are infected, it's quite startling. The difference is shocking, to say the least. There's definitely an issue, and the question is, how deep does the rabbit hole go? And if you want the answer to that, ladies and gentlemen, just look at 9/11. Still no justice there, despite the overwhelming evidence that it was an inside job. and nobody's talking about it. You think people would be talking about it on the news, like, hey, this is what we've discovered so far, but they've completely censored any type of investigation. Not only, when it comes to 9/11, but anything and everything that is inconvenient to their ministry of truth. And there's truly, many examples that we can point out, many Gladio B events, many war crimes and the like, that have gone unpunished. And you just have to wonder, what is the extent of the corruption? And we're here to tell you that the corruption is basically, systemic. The entire system has been taken over by the dark side. And, you can see that for yourselves, even with this new FBI director. It looks very demonic. They haven't arrested Hillary. They haven't arrested the coup members. They haven't really, wiped out crime as we know it. With all of the technology and funding that they have, you'd imagine that they could wipe out, all the sex traffickers and drug traffickers and the like. But instead, they're focusing their resources on Christians and patriots and activists. And, they're coming for your guns. They're coming for your freedom one way or another. And, people are just, watching the television and going along with the program. You're looking at readings right now of a 5G network in Lake Tahoe. It's worse than a microwave oven. What are people waiting for to get serious out there about fighting back? And, many people out there feel like they're all alone, like, it's hopeless, the situation is lost, there's nothing that can be done. It looks just like David versus Goliath out there. And, that means that you got to go out there and be a superhero in your community. The Gospels tell us that it's not about just being a one-man show out there. You need a supporting cast, you need a wingman and the like. And if you don't have one yet, you need to go find one. And you need to put out flyers, stop 5G, start organizing, and you'll meet like-minded people out there. But if we're going to get this country back, it's going to be city to city, and it's not going to be, the politicians, the feds, they're not coming to save you. The media isn't going to save you from what's going on out there. But the Declaration of Independence makes it quite clear what needs to happen in situations like this, where, government has become tyrannical and, fully corrupted. And, we've got to take our country back, ladies and gentlemen. Just look at these people. They're the ones that are, running the show, and you wouldn't trust these people, with anything, let alone, national security and the like. And just look at what they've done with the place. I mean, look at these people's districts and the like. It's, it's a dump. But somehow they want to export their way of thinking, their ideology, and their practices to every city and town in the land. And I think that people need to continue to push back. Most Christians, most patriots are awake, but they feel like, this administration is better than, any other administration that we would have to choose from. But, that doesn't necessarily mean that we're on the right track. It is a selection, not an election out there, and you really don't have the freedom to choose. You've got the freedom to lose out there, and that's exactly what we're doing by allowing this system to continue while we're busy watching the days of our lives soap opera unfold on CNN or whatever network it might be out there. These people are rolling out their eugenics programs. These people are sucking in all of the money and resources, and they're preparing to assimilate humanity as we know it. It's a demonic apocalypse out there. It's spreading like a disease, like a virus, and they've taken over millions and millions of people. This is a national security threat, to say the least, And the entire system is corrupt, co-opted, working for the devil, working for the dark side, as you could very well imagine. Ladies and gentlemen, the entire secular world is under control of the dark side. But the question is, what can be done? What can we do to get our country back? And we're going to have to organize out there. We're going to have to continue on exposing these demons for what they are. And we're going to have to, network in the real world out there and prepare for what's coming. And I think everybody should act accordingly. These people are poisoning your food, your air, your water. They're letting the criminals go. They're murdering, witnesses and the like. And it's not just, Epstein. You've got the Seth Rich case and, many other people in the Clinton body count, as well as, witnesses to their Gladio B events and the like. And they're going after activists and anybody that's, trying to expose the corruption. And, as long as, these demons are in charge, none of us are safe. All of us are targets out there. And it's just a matter of time before, you're next. If we can say it like that, they're going to start picking people off one by one. And they'll make it look like an accident. They'll make it look like suicide. They'll make it look like, something of that nature. But, they're targeting everyone. And they're not going after criminals. They're going after patriots. And, they've just signed, the new NAFTA, USMCA and the like. And, that's brought back provisions of the Patriot Act. They've rolled back the regulations protecting you from, all sorts of ecological disasters and the like. And it's really becoming a train wreck out there behind the scenes. Most people aren't made aware of what's really going on in the White House press briefings, but we're getting wind of what they're really doing. And it's pretty much no different as if, a skull and bones administration had won the election. And in fact, you're seeing quite a few figures from the 9/11 administration, in this administration, and they're hiring Epstein's lawyers, and they're letting Hillary go. They've let all these demons go. Why do you think that is? They're hiring the demons, and they're coming after the journalists and the whistleblowers. Why do you think that is? Ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that stuff out. Be sure to like and share. Feel free to mirror our broadcast. Check out the video archives. Check out our website, stfnreport.com. And check out that EMF 390. You'll be glad you did on our website, stfnreport.com. Help us reach more people. Become a patron at patreon.com/STF News. We're 100% listener supported. Until the next time, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to this, you are the resistance.